Ooh, we are back with the Deuce Almighty podcast. I'm Deuce Almighty. Um, Album of the week, record of the week, watching movies with the sound off. Mac Miller, my favorite Mac Miller album. Why? SDS. Somebody do some. And this came out when his TV show came out, and that was my jam on MTV, if I'm not mistaken. And also, he got Loaded Lux in here on Red Dot Music at the very end. And he was like, uh, you was Easy Mac with the cheesy raps now. Who the fuck is Mac Miller? But yes, man, it is 7 days post fight. I fought last Sunday. It was my third pro Muay Thai fight. I got a second round knockout. A second round knockout. Um, we actually hit like all of the the benchmarks. Three knockdowns in a round, or four knockdowns in a fight. Calls off the fight. I feel like I landed a knee in the first round, or an elbow in the first round. Actually, it was a knee in the first. Oh no, elbow in the first round. It was an axe elbow. Dropped him the first time. Then in the second round, I got a knee to the liver. A what else did I get? A check hook, knockdown, and then the final call was a short elbow, a short axe elbow, a short up elbow, with a collar tie. Bang, one of those ones. And we finished the fight off. Got to get out of there a little early. I got pushed from fight like to the from the opener of the main card to the main event. The day before, or the night before. I guess there was some weigh-in complications with the main event. Um, so the main event had ended up getting pushed to fight number four, and then eventually the B side of that fight just didn't show up and just decided not to fight that day. I guess he didn't want to get some of his purse taken, so he'd rather not fight at all. So no money over less money. Integrity kind of off a little there, but it be the game. It be the game. Um, yeah, so really happy about that. I guess I'll show you guys my intentions. We'll go over my intentions. We'll talk about the fight a little bit, about warming up. Then we'll get into eating. All right, eating food and how it fighting changes your life. So we'll be right back. All right, bet. We are back with the bubbity bubbity bibbity bubbity boo, bubbity 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 ba, bubbity 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 ba. My fight journal. All right. You like the collage on the front? Some half evil stickers. Bart Simpson. A whole lot of stickers. I think that's CM Punk and Killing Superman. Yeah, I think it's sick. With a nice little G2 pen. Come on, man. Let's open up. My intentions for Markevian Williams. Uh, that was my opponent. I wrote these on 4/12, so fight day. So like, what was it? Maybe post midnight. Yeah, maybe like after midnight. Typically, I don't sleep till like 2 in the morning ish. Um, Oh, typically I don't sleep till about 2 in the morning on fight days. Um, you have to be at the venue around noon. Um, and I try to get my 8 hours. I wake up. If we have breakfast, and I try to get there whenever my body wakes me up in the morning. And then after I eat breakfast, I go back to the room. I sleep until it's time to go to the venue. Back in the day, when like we would have or be on these different cars, we'd end up having to get to the venue at like 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. if it was like a late card with very minimal fights. Um, and we had a big tradition as a team is to go see movies. And that was like one of our favorite things to do was to go see movies. But we haven't been able to do that since we've been fighting for Ascend, which is I think it's pretty cool. I hate the long days. I also hate that weigh-ins are at like 6 p.m. Starving all day long was probably the worst fucking thing. This was my first time cutting weight. Uh, yeah, it was my first time cutting weight, and I went from what 140 to about 126 to 126, and then like being hungry and thirsty all fucking day from the time you wake up because you barely freaking sleep, and you're like you're gonna wake up with a couple pounds to lose, and you cut weight all day. Yeah, terrible, terrible, and we'll really talk about that after after I go over my intentions. My apologies. Something always gets weird when I turn the camera on, whether I start yawning or I start burping. Every time I turn the camera on, things change in my life. I don't know why. But I only had a few intentions. I did not have many, and uh, typically I have a lot of intentions. um, so like you just see like how much I typically would write. I fill up the page almost every single time, but I didn't really have a lot to say for this fight. All of his film was from like 9 years ago, or was from MMA fights or kickboxing fights, and that's not what we do. Him being an MMA fighter, he took this on like 4 weeks' notice or 3 weeks' notice, which is enough time to get right. Especially if you train all the time. If you don't train all the time, then it's never going to be enough time. Even a 6 week camp, you're always going to be a little bit off. Um, but yeah, him being an MMA fighter and a kickboxer, that let me know that he didn't know how to clinch. And it kind of showed true in the fight. He just kind of wanted to hold me and press forward, not allow me to make space. Um, it let me know that he would be faster to counter me. So if I punch him, he's gonna kick me right back. You know, it's a kickboxing thing. Or if I kick him, he's gonna punch me right back. So just understanding that, he was shorter than me, so just staying long. And also, I've said this before. MMA fighters are like the worst of all the martial artists. And it's no disrespect because I want to do MMA one day, but I want to be a specialist. You know, that's why I I came up watching, not came up because then that would be John Jones and like Sean Shirk and stuff like that. But when I first started this, the first fighter I saw was Israel Adesanya. And I saw a lot of his kickboxing, his Muay Thai matches before his MMA matches. So like that specialty of him being a kickboxer or him being a Muay Thai fighter allowed him to get very fucking far, very fucking far. Um, Freaking Anderson Silva, Muay Thai guy, Jiu Jitsu guy, he was a specialist. John Jones, Greco Roman, he was a specialist. DC wrestler, Khabib wrestler, what's his name? Connor was a striker. Like you need to have an expertise. And now with the MMA scene, there are MMA gyms where you learn kickboxing for MMA, you learn Muay Thai for MMA, you learn Jiu Jitsu for MMA, you learn wrestling for MMA. You don't learn them as like as the sport. So then you're missing a lot of details, and a lot of the classes are strikes into grappling. It's not working on your jab. It's not working on your cross. So you end up with a lot of bad habits. And people didn't like me saying that when I said it at the fights like a month ago. But I'm just trying to say, like, you need to be a specialist or something. If you're just gonna fucking go and do some fights and do some MMA fights, like, it's gonna be sloppy and it's gonna be ugly. And if an MMA fighter comes to Muay Thai, it's not gonna cut it. If an MMA fighter goes to kickboxing, it's not gonna cut it. If they go to wrestling, it's not gonna cut it. If they go to jiu-jitsu, it's not gonna cut it. You need to have a specialty. You need one thing that you can fall back on that's not a double jab, overhand, double leg. Um, it works. MMA math, it works. But against an elite striker, you're never going to beat an elite striker if you're not an elite striker. So that's when, like, just knowing that he was an MMA fighter, I knew that, his skills were going to be subpar. Um, So my intentions, I stay long. I use my eyes to see setups. I use fakes and feints to freeze my opponent. I use my three safe strikes, which are a jab, a teep, and a kick. I believe that I'm the best fighter in the world. When I'm myself, I'm the best fighter on earth, and I'm always myself. Land hard, land often, and it won't go the distance. I have a lot of stamina. Trust it. And that was like my little mantra at the bottom. I always separate and have like a mantra. And it was just if I land hard, I will land hard. I will land hard often. And when I land hard often, we do not see the distance. So just constantly letting myself know that. I land hard, I land often, and it won't go the fucking distance. Especially if I keep to that. So yeah, I stayed really patient, and I was super super proud of that, and proud because that just wasn't always my style. And hearing people say, "Hill, like this is the best you've ever looked. This is the best you've ever looked." I only fought 6 weeks ago, and before that, I fought 6 weeks before that. So like for people to just sit here and be like, "Yo, like you're getting exponentially better," every fight, that's amazing. I'm getting there. I'm feeling a little bit better. You know, uh, I'm feeling all right with my career so far, and with my strikes, and with how I feel in the ring. Um, Trying not to go overboard, trying not to train too much or train too hard and hurt myself, trying not to revert back to old habits and like make myself feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Um, I have 7 years in this game. I need to act like it. When you're in fucking sixth grade, if you're still acting like you can't count, there's a problem. So yeah, I'm just trying to soak it all in. And I think what was yesterday and Friday, I pretty much just sat around. I didn't do too much, and I just kind of like soaked it all in. This fight, because it happened so fast, man. I've never knocked anyone out. He didn't go to sleep, but damn fucking close. I broke his nose in multiple places. Left elbow, right elbow, so it's turned, it's smashed, it's insane. It was insane. Yeah, and it was a crazy weight cut. The weight cut sucked. It was my first time cutting weight. Up until my debut, my pro debut, I weighed about 132 pounds, and I was fighting at 125. So for weight cuts, I would have breakfast. I even have a vlog about it. I would eat breakfast. I would go and run for about, run a mile at a pretty fast pace. Sub 7, I would say. Um, and then that would get my body sweating, and then I would shadow box the fight, and then I would stretch, and then I would just sit around all day, maybe go get a massage. um, and that's how I would cut weight, and I would be maybe 127 before we get in the car and drive. We typically fight in South Carolina, so we'd have like an hour or two drive, maybe three, maybe six, and I just cut the rest of the weight going to hot ass South Carolina. But this time was a lot different. I had to do the whole water load thing. And this fight was on Sunday, so everything was pushed back a little bit. So it was like 2 gallons Tuesday, drink 2 gallons Wednesday, drink one and a half Thursday, drink one Friday, drink one Saturday, and then nothing, pretty much half a bottle of water I guess on Saturday. All right, yeah, Saturday, not half a gallon on Saturday. And you pretty much make weight for the fight on Sunday. And yeah, man, like Thursday, Wednesday, and like you start cutting back your calories or your carbs and your fats. And I'm not a one of those guys that like to be hungry. I don't know. and this is literally what the podcast is about. Just kind of going into that. Bro, fighting is the most difficult thing because like your weight matters so much, and I think it just all stems from wrestling, man. The way people cut weight in wrestling is destroying how we all cut weight, or it destroyed how we all think we should cut weight. And like that suffering and that fucking water loading and sweating all day and constantly moving and spitting in a cup and chewing gum so you can create more saliva and spit more. Like that mentality is still in martial arts, even though it's like an old wrestling thing. But it's terrible, man. It's terrible. And just going back, like, bro, I'm a small dude. I don't really want to be uh, hungry. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really want to feel like, man, I need to eat. Like, I need to eat. Like, and that feeling was so ass. And it really, like, was messing with my, like, drinking the water. It was, like, kind of destroying my relationship with water a little bit. And this is only my first time. So I can't imagine someone that does this for 10 years straight, 20 years straight. Um, and it was terrible. Drinking 2 gallons of water a day, the way you have to drink water in these big gulps and consume it, not like just not sips, like you have to consume 2 gallons of water. And like you're just like chugging it down and chugging it down, and just that chugging makes you feel like I never want to do this again. Like I never want to do this again, and and having to watch what I'm eating. And my lady Lauren, she says this funny fucking joke every time like I'm about to fight, because like it'll be certain things I don't eat or I won't eat, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you're watching your figure," and it's like it's a joke, but like you start to think and you're like, "What the fuck am I doing? Like, what is all this for, bro? Like this can't be normal." The fact that people do that all the time and do it regularly, and like that's the normal way, is drinking multiple gallons of water, cutting out food, and like it's not normal to be within range of weight. And the only reason that everyone keeps doing it is because so many people are doing it. It's like this the snake that's eating its tail. Like it's this revolving door of fucking death and eating disorders. Um, it's so like we just keep seeing people passing out, and we keep seeing people, fucking get fat, and after the fight's over, and it's like, bro, we gotta collectively decide to do something different, and we are not. Um, there's the fight dietitian, even Jeff, my strength coach. I didn't even shoot him a message and ask him about how to cut weight, because he's been talking about this recently too, just like with Christian, who used to walk around 220, 230 and fight at 205, and he did the whole water load thing. And this is like the second camp I think he's been working with Jeff, and he was walking around happy. He's like, yo, I get to eat this, that, and the third. I get to eat this, that, and the third. And like I was just like, I'm gonna just deal with it. I'm gonna do it the old school way, um, just because I just wanted to not bother Jeff, and also I wanted to like see what it was like. And it was fucking terrible. It was fucking terrible, bro. Um, Not being able to have salt at all. That's never going to change because you need to flush out the body. But not being able to have salt for multiple days, not, being able to have, like, you're having fucking 3 egg whites in the morning, or 3 fucking servings of egg whites in the morning, and then you just have water all day. And then at night, you have, like, 1 4-ounce piece of salmon, some spinach, no salt, and that's what you ate today, and your stomach still feels full because of how much water you're drinking. It's like yuck, man, yuck, and like it just destroys like the integrity of food. Like enjoying meals, sitting down and having a really good meal, like it fucks with you. It fucks with you. And I see why people end up blowing up after the fights. They end up going from 170 to 210, within like 3 4 days. And it's like Patty the Batty, fucking. There's a lot of people like this, but like this is what the sport breeds, bro. And I've been talking to a lot of younger fighters, and they're like, "Man, I can't wait to have ice cream again." And I'm like, in reality, you can have ice cream in a fight camp. It's the way you're doing it is the fucking problem. And I'm specifically talking to one guy, and when he sees this, he knows who I'm talking to. But like, he's like, man, I'm so glad I got to have this milkshake. And it's like and there's two fucking oatmeal cream pies. And then there's like fucking Wendy's. And there's like a big box of pizza. And it's like, I'm like, bro, if you can't eat that in a regular fight camp, then like you're the problem. Like you're giving yourself disordered eating because you only do this when you're not fighting. Like for the past 7 years, I've been eating whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want. Um, and staying at a respectable weight, uh, and then still making the weight and still fighting, and I've become pretty damn successful at doing that. It's just I've gotten older, and I've gained a lot of muscle, and it's just holding a little bit different. And I did want to actually go over my numbers for my Inbody. An Inbody scan is something that tells you everything inside of your body. It tells you. I'm actually gonna just break it down for you. That way you don't have to think. Here's the app, the Inbody app. This is me. Come on. This is me right now. But you see how there's a dip. Come on, how do I get this censored? You see that dip right there? Oh, there we go. We're getting somewhere. You see that fucking dip right there? That was me cutting weight. So this is 1 week prior, 138.9. I might turn the brightness down a little bit. Maybe this will help. So 138.9, 70 is my muscle, and then my body fat percentage was 11%. This is the day before weigh-ins, 129, 68 freaking pounds of muscle, 8% body fat, all within 7 fucking days or 14 days. So, and then the day after my fight, 140. So it's like doing that much manipulation to your body is insane. And people can be like, yeah, it's mostly water. Like, yeah, but that was also 3 4 grams of muscle. That was also 3% of body fat. So it's not just fucking water. Like, it's not. And then when I scroll down, I can actually see in detail everything. How much muscle is in my torso, how much muscle is in my left arm, fat in my left arm. Um, so these are like my numbers, and I could even scroll down. Shows you your obesity analysis, your BMI, your body fat percentage, your visceral fat level, so how much fat's on your body. Um, your total body water, so like how much water's in your body, how much water's in your cells, how much water's surrounding your organs. It tells you everything. And this is like really important for me, because I'm just trying to make sure I'm not overdoing anything or underdoing anything or not doing enough of anything. Um, and this is, I think, a really big help, especially in our gym, because like I can target, or we can target. Once you join, you do an in-body scan. We get to see what's going on, and we can actually look at and attack specific things. Um, but that shit is not healthy, bro. That shit is not healthy. Going from 138.9 pounds to 129, really 126 pounds, because that's what I weighed in at, is not fucking healthy. And then the first thing I fucking did after, and like we were fucking talking about it, like, uh, we tried to meet up at like Steak and Shake, and it's like, milkshakes, and then I didn't eat fucking real food or drink real water for 3 days, bro. I had soda and fucking a whole entire thing, a whole thing of sour belts, bro. A whole fucking thing. Like, I didn't eat a real food for 3 fucking days. And it's like, damn, I missed this. I missed this. I missed this. I went to Chick-fil-A. I went to Wendy's. I went to McDonald's. And it's like, that's how you get eating disorders or disordered eating. That's exactly how it fucking happens. Because we're so focused on where's my body, how's this, how's that, how's this, how that, that eventually you just stop fucking caring when it's time not to care. Um, that's why you need to find healthy ways, track your fucking food. You know, you can have that fucking ice cream cone if you didn't have the fucking 10 strips of bacon that morning. Like, you can mix and match and substitute and still do this shit some sort of healthy way. Because that shit is not cool, bro. And that's even coming to me. Like, I'm changing what I do in this next one, man. I'm not doing that. Not again, bro. Just being that hungry, bro. I felt feral. Like, I felt like I was gonna do something to somebody really bad. And I just ended up sitting at home. You know, shout out like Nina and for picking up my shifts. And like, there were days where I just could not be at the gym anymore, bro. Like, and you're stepping on a scale so often. Sometimes you step on a scale every fucking day, every fucking day, every fucking day, and you're like, damn, I'm up point 0.7, and it's like, I know that point 0.7 is like a shirt or boxers, and it's like, but shit just starts fucking with you. Um, Man, we gotta figure out a way to get away from this bullshit weight cutting. We have to get away from this. One, I'm gonna listen to Jeff, but the fight dietitian as well. But brother, this shit is just terrible, and the fact that it's like a badge of honor for people. Yeah, I cut this many pounds. Yeah, I cut this many pounds. And then when people join the gym, that's one of the first things they ask you. Hey, what weight division would I have to cut to? Cut, bitch, get healthy. If you wasn't fucking fat, you wouldn't have to cut. Go on a walk. Not a run, a fucking 30-minute walk. Go on a fucking walk, bro. When you go to the gym, don't get on the treadmill. Get on the bike. And then when you want to walk, go out fucking side. Alright? Move your body. Don't sit on a belt that fucking moves for you. Go move some shit. Um, like, yeah, man, stay at a respectable weight. And I actually got to figure that shit out for myself. Um, but yeah, it was really, really crazy camp, man. Not even crazy. I'm lying. It wasn't a crazy camp. It was just that weight cut. The last week just killed me. And it really pissed me the fuck off. Because I'm just like looking around. I'm like, everyone is doing this. And like, we're all fucking eating together. And everyone's so happy once we all weighed in. All the fighters, like, we're in the fucking back just like talking to each other, like sharing snacks, sharing food, which was pretty cool. People just giving you shit. Hey, you want this? Hey, you want this? Like, I'm like, yo, you want some of this? Like, we're all just fucking sharing and talking to each other and like trying to figure it all out. Um, which was really cool. It was a really nice community before we all went to be violent the next day. Um, but yeah, bro, like cutting weight is one of the worst things, and it's like it changes your relationship with food. Like, we all need a better relationship with food. Um, Cause what's going on right now in the fight game is just not cutting it. Uh, yeah, I didn't really have too much to talk about today. I just wanted to, excuse me, definitely go over the fight. Yeah, some of my final things on the fight was just like really proud of my patience. I'm growing. I'm getting better. I'm not so jittery anymore. After my fight in Mexico, maybe it was my nerves, but a Figgy Landman, he fights out of Nick Hemmer's gym, which is Ramon Decker's brother. He fights out of the Netherlands, and he was talking to me. He's like, "Bro, like you act like a stressed chicken." cause like I talk shit. I'm walking around. I'm fucking boisterous. I'm just doing too much or doing a lot. We train. We train like every fucking day, even on fight week. And I just took his advice this camp. I just took his advice and was like, I need to chill, bro. I'm a fucking chill. So I didn't really get too amped up. I didn't fucking yell much. I didn't fucking do anything weird at the face off. I didn't try to like get into my opponent's head. I didn't do any of that. I just showed up calm, confident, um, and ready to do the job. Even in the fight, calm, confident, just prepared. And that's something that I'm gonna take into my next fights. Probably like the rest of my career. Just no stress, chicken. I don't need to talk. I don't need to yell. I don't need to like convince other people that I'm good or I'm good enough. Um, I train every fucking day. Every fucking day. Every fucking day. Every fucking day. Maybe not Fridays. I think Friday's like the one day I don't train. Sometimes. Like sometimes I live Friday nights. So it's like, yeah, man, let the work speaks for itself. I don't need to constantly talk about it. Um, I'm really doing the thing. Now what's up next for me? That's what everyone always asks. I'm fighting for the WBC in Thailand. I'm gonna put my GoFundMe link in the description. That way y'all can give me money so I can go to Thailand and represent the USA and bring back gold medals and world titles. Um, that's actually gonna be really sick because the WBC Amazing Muay Thai Festival is gonna be in Bangkok this year. Um, the opening ceremony is at Rajadamnern Stadium, which is like the number one or number two oldest stadium in Thailand. The finals will also be held there. So I may fight in like the Madison Square Garden of Thailand. I'll definitely be in there, like step into it, which is insane. And then also yeah, I get to fight in Thailand. I'm really excited for that. May have about 6 fights, 7 fights in that 3 day span or 4 day span, and I'm really excited for that. Really excited to get that done. Train. Do something really freaking cool, and bring back some hardware for the U.S. and for my gym and for myself, and show people, globally that I'm really like that. I'm really like that. Um, Everyone's always like, yo, like when you're good here, you got to be good everywhere, or the Thais have 200 fights, and I'm ready to show these motherfuckers that ain't it, bro. That ain't enough, actually. So, yeah, super excited to go to Thailand and fight in Thailand and then take the rest of the summer off. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I've been in like one long fight camp um, from like January of 2025 till like now. Um, I was supposed to fight last June as my pro debut, and then it got pushed back to November, so I trained all year long, getting ready for my debut, and then fucking took December and January off, then fought in February, then trained from February till now. Now I'm training until late June. Uh, your boy getting a little tired. So I'm just ready to go win, beat a bunch of motherfuckers from all over the country or all over the world. There'll be 150 countries there. And just kind of keep putting my stamp on the game. Yeah, man. I believe I'm one of the best in the world. So I just gotta prove that shit. That's all. I just gotta prove that shit. And that's what I do. I just keep hitting motherfuckers hard, keep hitting them often. You know what I mean? But if y'all guys have any questions that y'all want me to answer or topics remember, you can shoot me a DM. You can shoot me. You can always comment. Y'all stopped commenting recently. Well, I've been inconsistent. It's not y'all's fault. But yeah, if you whatever y'all want me to talk about, you can always put it in the description. If y'all comment, I always try to reply. Uh, so yeah, I'll see you guys soon. I'll meet y'all at the top. Peace.